So, Assemblywoman Fahy, what is your top priority or top priorities for 2014?
I think it is more plural, but thank you. I think education funding is always of interest just because I represent districts that have really suffered over the last 5 years. While we saw one of the largest increases in education funding last year, we're still not back to where we were 5 years ago. So I represent 4 school districts that have really seen hundreds of cuts and reductions among education staff. So I'd have to put that as the number one. And I know the governor has talked about an increase, and I look forward to hearing more on that increase tomorrow and as the budget comes out. The other issue then is some concerns also around education, around the testing, and things that I think we've overstepped on. And there's a lot of concern among parents and teachers right now on what's going on in the classroom. And then completely separate from that is campaign finance reform, the Women's Equality Act. There's a host of issues that I think should be top priority this year.
Sure. And by way of background, you've had 1 year in office.
Yes.
You represent Albany. You took the former Assemblyman Jack McEnany's seat when he retired.
That's right. Big shoes.
And I wanted to do a follow-up on the Women's Equality Act. That's obviously a controversial issue. Should it be all 10 points of it, or that there were just the 9 points passed in the other house? What do you think is going to happen on that this year?
Well, I think right now we're at an impasse. I am part of the Assembly. I'm part of the Women's Caucus. I ran on issues of women's equality, and I think that to pass a bill without having the full 10 points would do a real disservice to women. And quite frankly, this is New York. I always remind myself this is New York. And for New York to look as if it's stepping backwards on women's equality, especially on women's choice, I think would have reverberations around the country and be the wrong statement. So I'm very committed to holding firm on the 10 points. And I think, as others have said, we'll either pass it in the beginning of the year or we'll wait till November. But I do think that the Assembly is very committed to holding firm on those 10 points. They're tough issues. They are very tough issues, but they're really important ones for women. And I think and there's also really critical issues there, by the way, domestic violence, employment issues, a whole host of issues that anxious to see that done.
Sure. Assemblywoman Fahy, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.